Welcome back to Gossip Break, the cherry on top of your day. I'm one of your hosts, Bree.
And I'm your other host, Becky.
Happy Thursday, Friday. What day is it? I'm losing track of the days.
Well, this will be up on Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday, girls. We made it to the end of the week. I hope you are getting ready to either have like an amazing, relaxing, cozy night, or you're about to like go out and have fun with your girlies. And this is like the gossip break before the real gossip break.
That's all we're here for is there is truly nothing more girly and feminine than getting ready with your girls and like yapping about like what you're gonna do tonight or catching up from the week or when you go out and you are recapping the night before.
Those are the best moments. Yes. This is like we're your girls right now, getting ready with you before you go out with your other girls. And then you could like talk about the stories that we just talked about here with your girlies, and you guys can have your gossip break. So this is really what we're here for the girls.
Yeah. For the girls, always been for the girls, by the girls. Yeah. Yeah.
You love to see it. So we're doing, as usual, pop culture stories, but we're also going to do a recap of Potomac and Beverly Hills because we know you guys like the recaps, and that's what we're here for. The media girls here for the recaps.
Absolutely.
And these episodes were good, so I'm excited to yap about them with you. How have
So,
you been? Should we just get into it?
how have I been? I've been great, honestly. I had the girliest, poppiest weekend. Like looking back at my pictures, I'm literally just smiling looking at my pictures from weekend. Like, oh, I love my life. Like I went to the mall, I got dinner, and men bought me drinks. Like, come on. It doesn't get any
Perfect.
better than that. Like truly. And also, y'all, like this is so off track, but Brie and I talked about this before we got on air. But I've been like, I have this love, mostly hate relationship with making TikToks.
Yeah.
And I like swore off of it. I'm like, they're banning it. Fuck it. Like, I'm just not supposed to be a creator in that way. But my TikToks have been like popping off lately. So I don't know if you guys have seen the trend of these girls, they'll post pictures of themselves and it'll be like literally a man like 50 feet away in the background and it'll be like looking kind of good. And the sound is like, who that in the back? Cause like, who that in the back? Like, are
Who
you
is that in the back?
who is that in the back? And I posted one because I went to the rodeo like literally years ago at this point.
Please.
And the cowboy, I was taking a picture in my little cowgirl fit, my Daisy Dukes, and it was the black rodeo, by the way. I gotta add that detail because I feel like it just makes sense. And the cowboy in the back literally like photobombed me, but he was like smiling hard as fuck.
No,
So
he was smiling looking. He was like,
no, he
who's
was
that in the
looking.
front?
No, the comments on that video were killing me because they were like, he was trying to figure out who that in the front. And I was like,
No, when I
yes,
saw those comments on your TikTok, it restored my faith in girlhood
come
because
on.
all the girls were trying to find him for you.
They're like, girl, like turn around, like mama, your husband behind you.
Like I love when girls girl like that.
Yes, everyone was so supportive, and I did get his name, and we do follow each other on Instagram. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, but like there's actually nothing else to it. We literally just follow each other on Instagram, but you know what?
I feel like that's how men are though, because then in like 2 years, he's gonna hit you up in the DMs.
No, literally, like I'm gonna go to a rodeo. He needs to invite me to a rodeo because if not him, another cowboy will do.
You think he's listening? You do have
No,
gossip break in your bio.
I
Hi,
do.
cowboy.
Hey, cowboy.
Hit
Hey,
up our
Oklahoma
girl.
City. Yeah. Hey, Fort Worth. So
Please.
yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. Literally just giggling and gossiping over boys with my girlies.
The usuals. We
Literally
love that.
nothing.
I'm
How are
like,
you?
what have I been doing? Nothing. I've been doing a lot of work. Nothing fun, girlies. But it is the holiday season, so I went Christmas shopping with my mom and my grandma yesterday. That was fun. Just like walking around the mall and trying to find Christmas gifts for other people, but then somehow I ended up with a lot of bags for myself.
Of course.
Always. But
Time.
yeah, just watching a lot of actually no, like if I'm gonna be real with you guys, the little nerd in me, I don't know why I always get so embarrassed to say this, but like I love video games. I've been into my video game era lately, playing a lot of Stardew Valley, The Sims, the girly
Oh,
games.
cutie. Yeah, literally the lifestyle. Like, I'm gonna pretend to be someone else.
Basically, it's just like a dollhouse. The difference in
Yeah.
me and my husband's games, him playing like Call of Duty and then like Madden, and then me with like playing my little dollhouse Sims and operating my little farm on Stardew Valley.
No, it's literally like the same though, because he's pretending he's in the NFL. Like all guys do this. They pretend they're like,
Yeah.
oh, if I didn't get that knee injury, like I could have gone pro. Like they do that, and we're like, I'm gonna dress up and my cousin play Kim Kardashian Hollywood. Like,
No, and it's like I love to
dang.
make my Sims the total opposite of me. Like my Sims are always like they are the town whores. They just do whatever the fuck they want. I love that for them. I'm not like that, but my Sim is like, go girl, do your
Yeah.
thing. And then also like me, manual labor, I could never. But my Stardew Valley girl, like she's a whole ass farmer. I love her.
She
Like
works
she has
hard.
strong work ethic.
That's
But
actually, do
anyway,
you remember Stardol?
yes,
Of
I
course.
loved. I loved
No, loved Stardol. And lately,
Neopets.
I've been this close to I need to figure out, and maybe it's a blessing. I don't know how to figure out how to do this, but dress to impress.
I can't. No, is that the stupid Roblox game? What
And
was
the
that one when it was like the theme was elegant and the girl dressed up as an elephant and she was like, "Oh, I thought it said elephant." She just her girl it's probably like a 6-year-old doing this, like doesn't know what elegant means. It was like, "Oh,
yeah,
elephant." Yeah.
yeah, like they win. That kind of stuff makes me because you know what? My mom plays those kinds of games. Like my mom literally plays a fashion game. So I'm like,
I'm
you know
obsessed.
what? Like
Sometimes
I
we
have
just need something to calm us down. We need something to regulate. If it's a book, if it's reality TV, if it's stupid video games.
yeah, like it's time to decompress. Everyone needs an
Yes.
outlet.
Yes, exactly.
And this is one of ours.
Yes, yapping about pop culture and reality
Yep.
TV. We love. Well, let's get into these stories. We have some, I was gonna say good ones, but it's like the pop culture story, scary actually.
Yeah.
Um, let's start with some good news and then we'll get into the bad news. So, starting off with good news with pop culture, Miss Selena Gomez is engaged. She announced yesterday that her and Benny Blanco are engaged. She posted a picture on Instagram with her ring that was captioned "Forever begins now." How are we feeling?
Honestly, I really hope it works out for my sis.
I know. I mean, like I'm always gonna love Alex Russo. I'm always gonna have a soft spot for Selena, but Benny Blanco, I just didn't expect that would be who her fairy tale ending would be with, you know? And maybe it's not to wish anything ill on them, but like I wasn't expecting it to be him. The same man who came out in an interview recently who said how he doesn't like to shower every day because he likes to have the natural oils on him and that it leaves a nice scent behind him. And I just like that's
A
your man
nice
now.
scent to who?
Exactly.
Because no.
Just
No.
embarrassing her every day. Anytime he does an interview, he embarrasses her. That one time when he was saying like, "Oh yeah, she came after me." And it's like, "Oh God.
Oh my
Come on,
God.
man."
Selena's also from Dallas, Texas. She's a Dallas girly. And like I
She is
can't lie, that's what the Dallas girls be giving out here. I can't lie. Sorry if you're a Dallas girl listening to this. I'm obviously not talking about you.
that's so funny. Dallas core, like just
No,
actually no, never
Dallas
mind.
core, they are like they don't play about their man. And their man plays all fucking day. Literally.
Yes, Benny Blanco plays every interview, and it's like, come on. You're so lucky to be here.
No, like, do you think he proposed to her or she proposed to him?
Please.
The
I
fact
do
that that has
think,
to be a question these days, like, I'm sick.
based on her reaction, I do think he proposed to her. because she posted one of the videos. I think it was she was FaceTiming somebody. I don't know if it was her mom or whatever. I didn't listen to the sound, but she had her hand up showing the ring and it looked like her hand was shaking. She was crying. So that's definitely, she couldn't be doing that to him.
I'm looking up the Instagram posts. They look like the ring is really pretty. I've never seen a ring like that, and it's
Also, her
beautiful.
song, I'm a marquee diamond. Like, okay. And he got her a marquee diamond, period.
She looks really
She's
good.
so cute and pretty, and I love her. And
Yeah.
I see him, and it's like, honestly, trigger warning, like jump scare.
Jump scare Benny Blanco.
No, literally, like Selena Gomez engaged to trigger warning Benny Blanco.
Let me look at his Instagram. He
The
actually
gasp.
does. You know what? As long as he treats my girly right,
Exactly. He
if
makes good
she's,
music, so
yeah, if you like it, Selena, I love it.
we'll try to love it. He posts a lot of videos. I actually don't want to look at these because I think it's gonna, I just need to keep the little bit of goodness that I have of him in my head. I'm just gonna keep that to myself and not go through his Instagram anymore
Yeah.
for my mental health.
She is really pretty. Love Selena. Love
Oh, you know what I
RHOBH.
just realized as well is that she got nominated for a Golden Globe, and I think he proposed to her the same day. So she was probably just, it was probably, I mean, just an overwhelmingly good day for her. So
Yeah,
I'm
lots
happy
of
for her.
emotions.
I saw our girls from Wicked got nominated, deserved.
Our witches
Yes, our
well
witchy.
deserves, and they
Yeah.
better win.
Which makes me think if they got the Golden Globe, is the Oscar nom coming too?
Has
I think
to.
it's coming. Oh my
Yeah,
God, Cynthia's gonna be an EGOT. I hope she
that's
gets it.
insane.
That's crazy.
She does let's not even get into it because
I know
we'll
we
be
can't be talking about it again. All right, well, congrats to Selena and all the Golden Globe nominees.
Yes, yes.
I did see, though, that Ariana said she specifically wanted to sit next to Selena at the Golden Globes after she saw they both got nominated. Cute.
Cute. Imagine a lineup. The memes that are gonna come out of Selena, Cynthia, and Ariana sitting next to each other.
Just drama queens.
Yeah, no,
Drama
drama
queens.
queens. Because wasn't that we talked about that last week? What was
Ariana and Selena are both cancers.
the tears, bro?
So the
She's gonna be
tears.
sitting in the middle, holding onto their wrists. I see it now. You
I
heard
see
it.
the vision.
Yeah, y'all heard it here first on Gossip Break when we get clips of them panning to the audience and Ariana sitting in the middle of
Holding
Selena
their
and Cynthia
fingers.
and literally just squeezing and just looking like everyone's in tears, not a dry eye in the house. But like, I get it. Fuck, I would have
No, I
cried
after
too.
seeing Wicked, I get why they're crying. Every
Yeah,
the
even
ballroom scene
Selena.
alone, I get.
Yeah, like I cry for all of them. My heart breaks for all of them.
I love it. I'm so happy for them being nominated.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
now we have some negative news.
trigger warning.
Actual trigger warning.
Yeah, like a real one. Trigger warning, P. Diddy.
Trigger warning, Jay-Z.
Yeah. So, Jay-Z is accused in a civil lawsuit of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 with Sean Diddy Combs. I literally just got chills. Jay-Z responded with a lengthy statement calling the allegations idiotic. Jay-Z, the star rapper and entrepreneur whose real name is Sean Carter, was accused in a lawsuit this past Sunday of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000, along with Sean Diddy Combs. The anonymous accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, said the assault happened after she was driven to an MTV Video Music Party after party. So the VMAs after party at 13 years old. It's literally insane. The federal lawsuit was originally filed in October in New York, listing Combs as a defendant. It was refiled Sunday to include Carter. Texas-based attorney who filed the suit did not comment. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? Carter said to NBC News. These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that was the case.
So Jay-Z, first of all, yeah, what the fuck, dude? Like, just how much stuff has come out about these celebrities, and Diddy wanted to say he didn't do it, innocent, whatever. Cassie came out, there's videos. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I'm gonna believe woman first. So, and like for me, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah,
If we're talking
yeah.
about sexual assault and you're a man, sorry, guilty until proven innocent. So I'm sick about this. I think it's disgusting.
It's just, I think we all kind of felt this coming
Yeah.
because if they're taking Diddy down, and there have been allegations thrown out. I mean, look at the whole Kendrick and Drake thing. Like, we knew that someone, at least someone individually, ain't right,
Yeah.
let alone if one person ain't right, all of Hollywood knows. And the fact that information like that about Diddy got to the public and was just on like South Park and all these shows, and it was like a known thing to us like commoners that he's kind of creepy. It's just, I'm not surprised that these big, huge moguls like Diddy's peers, which would be like Jay-Z, arguably
Hmm.
business wise. I'm not surprised that he's been named. It's just like really startling because Jay-Z is 55 years old. Beyonce is like 43. They started dating when she was okay. This article I just looked up, it says she said they started dating when they met when she was 18, started dating when she was 19.
I
But
thought
like,
it was before then, but I guess that's obviously what she has to say.
yeah, she's gonna say that, but I'm trying to figure out how because he was born in 1969. So in 2000, when Beyonce was 18, he was 31.
They have nothing in common.
Nothing in common. And he used to date Aaliyah too. And it said that he was dating her when she was 20 and he was 29. So y'all can do the math.
Yeah, exactly. There's no reason. I understand age gaps when you get older, but when you're in your early 20s, you have nothing in common with a 28-year-old, a 29-year-old, a 30-year-old. I'm 28 years old right now. I would never touch an even 23-year-old with like a 5 foot
No.
pole. Like, get away from me. So I couldn't, I just, we have nothing in common. So that is, I mean, these men do this purposely. We don't even need to get into it. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a lot. And then when we were messaging about it, you had brought up that
Hmm.
Blue Ivy is literally the same age as this rape victim. And that just, I don't know why, that just blew my mind when I thought of it that way. Because then they had the Mufasa premiere, and Blue
Yeah.
Ivy is voicing Kiara. This is a really big moment for her. And Beyonce and Jay-Z are on the red carpet with her, smiling like we're a perfect family. And I just felt bad for her because this is like her first big. Shouldn't say her first because I feel like her first big moment was when she was doing the dancing on the Renaissance tour. But this is still a huge moment for her. And to be kind of not outshined, but in a way
Like
outshined by her
tainted.
dad's allegation. Yes, tainted by her dad's allegations, and for him to show up, I just feel like it would have made. I know he's trying to obviously portray this perfect family because that's probably like his defense right now. Like, I could never do that. I have this great family. Look at who you're
Mhm.
hurting. But you're hurting your daughter now because, yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
now this big moment of hers is tainted by rape allegations for someone that was her age right now. It's
Yeah.
mind boggling. Even
Because
if
even if
let's say
it's
this isn't true,
right, that's
it's still
exactly what I was
tainting
gonna
it.
say. It still is overshadowed by because every headline now says like Jay-Z shows up to Mufasa red carpet premiere
Hmm.
amidst like
Scandal,
rape, yeah,
chaos,
rape
allegations.
allegations. Yeah.
Hmm.
So either way,
Either way,
and where is Solange?
I need to know. I need to know the audio of what happened in that elevator. I
Someone has
need
that audio,
the
Brie.
audio. That is one of the lost medias that I would love to come forth.
Like that, as long as Beyonce is alive, she will literally never let that. what really happened go down or let us know.
I mean, the first thing I think about after the craziness is Beyonce going to divorce him? Because, girl, this isn't. I just feel like one, she should have left after Lemonade, but alas, we are here. So she forgives cheating. Okay, every human is different. Couldn't be me, but fine, we're here. How are you going to be able to excuse rape allegations? One, two, for a minor.
Yeah, it's the minor part. Obviously, rape is horrible at any age. It's disgusting, but like a 13-year-old.
I'm just, and honestly, I have to say it, it's like I don't want to put what a man did on a woman, but if she knew in any circumstances, like I don't fuck with her either anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you knew about that and you were okay with it, I'm not okay with you.
My thing is like they have to know something. Like there's just, whether it was this specific scenario,
Hmm.
that your man is close with Diddy and that Diddy ain't right. So it's like you knew like there was has to be, I think, in my opinion, there has to be something that's like people knew some things, whether they wanted to admit it or not, but
Hmm.
it's just like ugh.
I know it's just uncomfortable. And the lawyer who is doing this lawsuit is also doing the ones with Diddy, and he was also the one who's handling the Astroworld cases. It seems like he's a pretty prominent lawyer in entertainment stuff. So I feel like he's not fucking around
He's
because,
not playing.
yeah, he's not playing with these celebrities. Like, sorry, we're not doing this anymore. He posted something, this Tony Busby guy, the lawyer, about it was like after Jay-Z came out with that statement because he was trying to kind of discredit him in it.
Yeah.
He posted this picture of him when he was in the military still. And it says, despite a coordinated and aggressive effort that has included harassing my kids, contacting my clients and former clients to encourage them to sue me, contacting my colleagues or former employees asking if I've, quote, abused them, showing up at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family. I'm still that guy in all caps. I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence. So he's not playing. He's like, okay, you can try all this shit with me. I'm still coming out. I'm still,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that because that's somebody that we need right now with celebrities that are kind of, to be honest, scary. Like Diddy, the what he was getting away with was scary. He was allegedly killing people. Like what
Yeah.
happened to Kim Porter?
What
So
happened to Kim Porter?
I almost think, is Jay-Z like that too?
Much
Beyonce
more.
maybe a tiny, tiny bit scared. I don't know. I'm not trying to, like
Yeah.
defend her too much because if she knew about it, like I said, that's indefensible. But also, what if there is a world where she didn't know about it and now she is like,
Or
what the
she's a
fuck?
victim herself,
Yes,
where you can't
exactly.
get out. Like you have all these ties, they like financially like
That's what I was gonna say. I bet
tie you
he's looped
down.
in somehow financially to,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some little like things that she maybe just can't leave immediately from
Yeah.
because these types of people find ways to keep you stuck with them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he knows he's probably using her star power and people liking her to, kind of as like a defense. Whereas I feel like Diddy
Mhm.
didn't have that.
No, not at all. Like
Like
there's nothing
nobody's
to.
really, riding for him right
Yeah.
now. So that's kind of the biggest difference. And I don't know if it's going to make a difference.
I
I want her to divorce him, to be honest,
know.
because not only have you let him embarrass you in your love life, but now he is embarrassing your legacy that you have
Yeah.
worked so you literally last week got named greatest pop star of the 21st century. You've been putting in 25 years of hustling your ass off for your husband to taint it all. I don't know. She's got to go if she wants to have any, in my opinion, if
Yeah.
she wants to keep her legacy how it is, she has to divorce him.
And she's gonna have to show us a little vulnerability because we've
Yep.
talked about how she don't be talking to us.
Yeah, she has to. I just don't
Yeah.
see any other way, to be honest. I know she's always going to have her stands, but I just don't think she's going to have the same impact or legacy.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna bring that up, especially if
Hmm.
I mean these cases are gonna take years, but
Yeah.
if they if they are found guilty or if they do settle outside of court, whatever the case is, like it's everyone's gonna bring it up.
Hmm. I mean, think about Nicki Minaj. Before she was married to
Yeah.
her husband, she had a huge impact. I think back to middle school, and she was that girl. Everybody
Yes.
was listening to her. I mean, she had her whole style. She had such an impact on the culture. And then, I mean, not to say that she hasn't brought things upon herself as well, because she is crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
her legacy, I feel like she could have been crazy and been still respected. But as soon as she married another rapist of a minor, it was done. Like nobody takes her really seriously
No one
anymore.
takes you seriously.
And she still has her stands, like I said, but the legacy is gone. And that's what I'm worried about for Beyonce.
Yeah. Ugh.
And I don't know. I just hope that this girl gets justice because this is really scary, I'm sure, for her to come out with this. And I don't know, like just reading about the case, it really broke my heart. Like her
Yeah.
running out of the house to call her dad on a payphone. And no, I can't. It's scary. It's sad. And I hope that she gets justice. There was
Hmm.
actually, it's like, I don't know how much I want to talk about it because I don't have all the information on me right now, but I was listening to Beyond the Blinds podcast and they talk about a lot of blind items and just like underground kind of celebrity stuff that it's not that it's not real, but I guess it's not like always on page six.
Hmm.
And they've been really diving deep into the Diddy case because they've been talking about all the wrong things that he's been doing for years and these blind items. And, now that it's come to light, they're like kind of taking over. But
Yeah.
since they've been researching so much in it, they had been talking about this is where I'm saying, like, I don't have all the information. So go listen to them or research. But they said that there was somebody who came forth that was abused, assaulted by Diddy. And the only reason the girl came out about all of this is because apparently there was a picture of a woman who had the girl who had like all of this sushi all over her body at one of Diddy's parties. Like she was naked and had sushi covered on her. And the picture was going around like all these Diddy parties, look at what they did. And she had to come forth about it because she was underage in that picture. And she was like, you have to stop circulating this. I'm underage. So she almost kind of had to out herself.
Yeah. Holy shit. Y'all,
It
it's
goes
like
so deep,
I
dude.
was
Like this
gonna
is the Illuminati
say
shit we were like warned about when we were little and we didn't know what Illuminati meant. It's literally this.
it's like it's sex crimes.
It's
It's not even
exactly.
like,
It's sex crimes.
oh, like sacrificing people. Like that is like, because that's what you say when you see people get kidnapped and stuff and you watch TV. It's like, oh, they could kill her or worse. And you're like, what could possibly be worse than death? It's a sex crime.
Yeah. Because in my opinion,
I think that is worse.
I know I'm about to about to go off the woke end, but no, like rape is the one crime to me that is, I believe it's more immoral than killing someone.
Oh, 100%.
Because if you're killing someone, obviously, if it's like just straight up murder, that's one thing. But like, let's say you're defending yourself,
Yeah.
that's not even the same. Like, there is absolutely no reason, no moral reason for you to ever sexually assault someone.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there is no situation where it's like, oh, it was in self-defense. Oh, I was
Mm-hmm.
doing this. Oh, like in
Nothing.
every single situation, sexual assault is wrong. And like the living victims, and I watch Law and Order a lot, and they always say, like, I moved from homicide to this because I thought I'd like homicide was too much, but it's the living victims that
Mm-hmm.
pull me apart because you just have to keep continue your life. And like people, this fucks up people for life
It
because
haunts them.
it haunts them for life. They're more likely to become abusers themselves. It is like My heart, like it really does. Living victims tear me apart, especially kids. It is
Mhm.
just disgusting. I wish nothing but the worst. Like seriously, fuck yourself with a cheese grater. Word to Ariana Maddox. Like you are the scum of the earth if you sexually abuse anyone, but especially children.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just
Go to hell. There's no other words.
yeah, to go to hell. You're already going. I don't got to tell you to go. You're already going, buddy. So,
Yeah, exactly. Like God will take care of that karma. I pray that this woman gets justice. All the victims get justice.
hmm
And yeah, it's just very scary times as you get older and you realize like what all of this
yeah,
Hollywood underground Illuminati stuff that people were always scared about really is. It was just it was this whole time.
yeah. Ugh.
Sickos. Okay, guys, that was kind of dark. But we still have other things to talk about. We're gonna lift you back out of the spirits again, so you're not going
Yeah,
to hang out and feeling dread. So we're gonna talk about Housewives now, Potomac and Beverly Hills. Which one should we get into first?
we can do Potomac first.
Let's do Potomac and then we'll end with Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
Okay. This was episode 10 of Potomac. We are like midway through the season. Things are good. This was a crazy episode.
that mid-season trailer is
I
hitting.
love a mid-season trailer.
Yeah, because it's
All the
like,
drama.
ooh, that's when it really goes down. Like Wendy versus Karen.
I know. What? I know there's so much more that's going to happen. So, all right, well, let's get into it, girlies. So, we start off the episode with Giselle and her daughters, and Giselle's talking to them about her dad and how when he, like a week before he passed away, his will got thrown out and somebody made him sign something when he wasn't even coherent to basically cancel out the will. And in the will, everything was going to Giselle and her daughters. 'Cause I think Giselle's his only kid, right? Or does she
I
have?
think she has a sister.
Okay.
She might have a sister. Let me check.
Because I'm trying to figure out who would do that.
I because they kept saying somebody, and it's like I
She didn't
know
want to
you.
say who.
Yeah, she doesn't want to say who because it's a legal matter. But I wonder if her mom and dad are still together because I remember her being on the show, her mom, but she hasn't brought her on the show in a while. Um,
Definitely somebody close in the family who did something, which is
y-
such a betrayal.
yeah, but that always happens, bro.
No, it,
Like,
it really does. Like, 'cause
yeah,
I remember with my family, not to like bring up
yep,
too much dirt, but when someone in our family passed away, it was all these cousins coming from out of the woodworks. Like, I want a piece of this, I want a piece of that. And it's like, where have you been for the
this whole
however many
time.
years? It's so
Yep,
sad what
it
ends up
happens.
happening to families.
Yeah, because literally happened to mine too. It's like you
Hmm.
weren't the one that was here going to the hospital and all the things, and now all of a sudden, like you think
You
you're
want a
owed a
piece?
piece.
Yeah, the entitlement's crazy. So I hope she gets that sorted out because that was sad. And it's just also sad because we know how close Giselle is to her dad.
Okay, so this is the here.
Okay, bring us the tea.
Um, Giselle has two siblings, an older brother named Chris and a sister. Giselle's dad, Curtis, shared his three children with his ex-wife, Joanne. So I don't know if that's Giselle's mom.
Interesting. Okay, so maybe the issue was with
If they're
sibling.
divorced, maybe it's either the siblings, but like it doesn't make sense why they wouldn't include. But I'm like, maybe the dad had like a girlfriend or something, or like a new wife, because
Something's up. Something's
something,
fishy. And I feel
yeah,
bad for her because, especially knowing how close she was with her dad, to know that somebody took advantage of him when, because she was saying he could barely read, write, talk. How was he signing wills?
right.
3 days, but 4 days before he passed. She's like, there's no way. So I'm sure just that alone, knowing somebody took advantage of her dad like that in those last moments, that would just set me off.
Yeah. And I get nothing, my kids get nothing. Like that doesn't even
Makes
make
sense.
sense.
No, it doesn't make sense at all. So I hope she gets that figured out. I do feel bad for her.
Yeah.
But then we cut to Stacy and TJ, these clowns. I didn't realize when they flashed back to the Wendy's birthday and they were talking and he was like, get it together, man. Right after that, he says, I'm warning you.
Yeah.
Ex-
Warning me of what?
excuse? I'm sorry, you could actually never talk to me like that. And they're not even boyfriend girlfriend.
No. That's not in the
He's
Bible.
insane. So I'm already like pissed off starting this scene. Like, okay, so this is how we're gonna talk to her, but they're at her little apartment, her little crash pad, and he decides that he's gonna make her pizza and be a chef. And literally all I could think about is why is he cutting the pizza on her bare counter with a knife? Like these are the stupid things I noticed. He literally puts the pizza on the bare counter of her kitchen counter and starts cutting it with a knife. You don't even know how to cut pizza?
And they said he's never been married.
That part actually did shock me. I thought that he had been married.
Yeah.
So is he a virgin actually? Is he actually like a 50-year-old virgin if he doesn't want to have sex till marriage?
Well, I don't know. I'm still not over the no sex until marriage thing, but the girl that you're with is literally still married.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. Stacy asks him, "How would you feel if I saw other people?" and basically says that the girls don't think it's a good idea
Because
for
it's
us to
not.
be doing this. And she's right. She's not even divorced yet and she's about to be no, we've already said enough. Like
Yeah.
the girl said everything that needed to be said. And I just feel like they have no chemistry together.
No, they don't. They're best friends,
I
like she
don't feel
said.
it with them. Even because I feel like if you were withholding from sex, you might almost feel like that
Yeah,
chemistry.
the
Like they just want like
tension.
the tension. You don't feel anything with them. It's really actually uncomfortable for me to watch them.
Yeah. Because you should feel the tension. That's the whole point, and we've talked about this. It's not like, oh, I'm saving myself for marriage and I don't have sexual feelings. It is
Hmm.
like I am acknowledging that I am turned on right now and I'm withholding, I'm abstaining. That's what
Yeah.
abstaining is. It's not like, oh, I don't have these feelings, like I don't want to have sex with you. No, I really, really, actually, really
Yeah.
want to. I'm just doing it for a higher power. I'm not to respect, like to not to
And
sin.
he still won't give her that. She was even saying,
Yeah,
she's like, I want you to say, I would rather die than see you with somebody else, or I would
yeah,
melt in a, like, she wants that passion from him. And he just like kind of looks at her
yeah.
like, okay, man, I don't know what to tell you.
It's on, yeah, that's it's passionless.
Yes. So she needs to get that fixed out. Then Wendy talks to her mom about resigning from her university position, which is so funny because now we know she's literally already back to teaching.
Yeah,
She can't
yeah.
sit still.
She can't.
But this scene specifically was killing me because what was she wearing?
Was
What was
that
that
the
blue sweater?
sweater? I thought the same thing, but then I saw the full dress and I'm like, it's the dress itself isn't that bad. It's the fucking
When
shoulders, the
she sat
barrel.
down and all you could see was the shoulders, it just, no, I
Yeah,
couldn't do it. And this is why they say Potomac has the worst fashion. I'm sorry, girls. You're doing it to yourselves.
yeah, and the matching glasses with every outfit. Like, oh,
It's just so chuggy.
it is. It's like so corny. It's like too on the nose. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah,
Like, oh, I'm wearing
100%.
purple, so I'm gonna put on purple sunglasses. Like, oh my gosh, give us like a look, like, like think
Yeah.
outside the box.
And sometimes Wendy does dress nice, but the glasses, like you said, the matching sunglasses every time.
Matchy matchy.
I can't. Anyways, Ashley and Giselle do speed dating, and they both picked their exact types. I'm dying.
It
Like, as soon as I saw that man walk over to Ashley, I said, she's going to pick him, this little white boy, goofy white man that's like a little odd, conventional looking. She loves it.
Yeah.
And then Giselle's going to love her a dark skinned, bald black man.
A dark and bald, honey. Giselle loves her a dark and bald man.
I'm dead.
That is really funny.
They picked their exact types. So funny. And Ashley went on another date with the guy.
Yep.
And I don't know, it seems like things are good because she posted him on her Instagram story and she was like, "Oh, did you guys like seeing whatever his name is on Sunday?" So I'm like, "Do you guys still talk? Are you dating?"
Oh my gosh.
I don't
Imagine that
know.
really being her man. That is
I could see it though. Like that's of
I
course.
know. Of course, Ashley. Well, we also had mediation for both Stacy and Ashley. What did you think of those scenes where on one hand Stacy's talking about how she doesn't pay a bill, doesn't know who her like company is, all this other stuff. And like I totally get that, but I don't know if it's because like how I grew up with my parents, like both of my parents feel this way, or because I'm living alone on my own now. It's like even though, okay, sure, like he can pay the bills, everything can be in his name. I still need to know where it's going, and I need to know
Exactly.
what my name is on, and I want to have access to it even if it's in your name because like I need to know for myself.
Yeah.
Like what do you mean you don't know who your electric company is? Like I don't think that's a flex and it's like becoming a
Yes.
TikTok now. It's very millennial coded like I have such a soft life like I don't know
Hmm.
anything about but like you need to know.
No, it's starting to piss me off a little bit, to be honest, too, because it's just aggravating. Like you said, it isn't a flex to not know anything. And you, like you said, you can still have your husband be the main provider and pay for things and still know where things are going. The
Yeah.
acting clueless act is even like on Beverly Hills. Kyle was saying the same thing. She's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to clean the gutters now. How am I supposed to turn on the TV? I don't know how to work the TV remote. It's like, you women have to get a grip.
Yeah.
You
Like
have to, you know, what do you mean you don't know how to turn on the TV remote? That this is like the I'm just a girl gone way too far.
yeah, like wait, like because you should know, because obviously no one goes into a marriage thinking they're going to get divorced, wanting a divorce, but like, you
Hmm.
need to know for the sake of your children. If not for you, I need to
Yeah.
know if, or even God forbid, if something happens to him where he's incapable of paying the bills, whether he passes away, gets injured in a tragic accident, and now I'm taking care of him and all these kids running around. Like, I need to know what's up. I need to know the electric, when it's due, how it's
Hmm.
due, how to do it. Like, what do you mean
Is
you
it
don't know
just
how to?
like maybe it's a different generation? I don't know because obviously these women are older than us, but and thinking back, it's not like they're that old, but like
Yeah.
especially the Potomac women. But I mean thinking back even like 10, 20, 30 years ago, whatever, it was more prominent for the men to do that. But it's just some things are just annoying. Like, how do you not know the light company name? How do you not know how to turn on a TV? It's come on.
And how do you know he's not swindling you out of your shit?
Yeah, exactly.
He's got your name on stuff that you don't even know. We just saw that happen with Erica. We just saw that happen with Teresa. Like their names are on these things that they don't even know, and now they're getting in trouble. Now law is coming after you. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, these girls got to figure it out. Mia and Kiarna have a talk, which is just funny that they're friends now because I just cannot get over the insults they threw of like, your
No,
man's a drug dealer. You look like you got rocks thrown on your face. That's all I
like
think about every time I see them talk.
ridiculous.
But Kiarna, with the voice of reason, tells Mia that I think it's inappropriate that you guys are viewing this as a unit. Like it's not a unit with you, Ink, Gordon, and the kids. It needs to be you, the kids, and Gordon, and then your relationship with Ink separately. And Mia actually seemed to take it well. I feel like when she I guess this is like anybody, but I notice whenever the girls talk to Mia about this stuff in a group, she automatically gets defensive and like wants to come at you. But it seemed like she, even if it's like good advice, like, hey, I don't think you should be doing this, she'll get super defensive, can't handle it. But it seemed like she was actually listening to what Kiarna was saying. So maybe she just needed it to be on a one-on-one setting, which, like I understand. I would be the same way. But Mia just, after the end of this episode, I
Mia,
don't think she's a good person. I know that's extreme
no.
to say, but the way she's handling this with her kids makes me really uncomfortable.
It makes the kids uncomfortable. And for her to come after Giselle, like that was such a Hail Mary coming to Giselle, like,
Yeah.
oh, you want
That's
your
what we forgot to talk about.
you think your kids are all perfect and they were sneaking boys over and you want to post on Instagram like they're perfect. Why would I tell Instagram anything about what my kids did wrong?
Exactly. That's so different. And why would any parent throw their kid under the bus just for shits and giggles, just to be like, look, my kid's not perfect? Nobody would ever do that. They want to protect their kids. That doesn't mean that the
Yeah.
kid doesn't act up, but Mia was so wrong for that. And honestly, I'm surprised Giselle didn't light her ass up. I was actually a little bit irritated with her because
Yeah.
I feel like anybody, if that was Candace that said that to her, she would have never talked to her again. It would have been
It would have been a scene.
it would have been a whole scene. So it's just frustrating that she kind of let Mia slide with that, but whatever. Maybe she'll give it to her later on. I don't know. It
She
was just
did say in her,
underwhelming.
yeah, in her confessional, she was like, I was processing things and now I'm ready. Cause like
Mhm.
honestly, what do you mean? Like that would have just thrown me so it threw everybody off guard. They were like, I think running the pimp village is getting to Mia's head because
Yeah.
what the fuck are you trying to compare you bringing your kids around, you bringing your husband and your kids around your boyfriend
That you
living
cheated on your
together,
husband with.
yeah, bringing them together, posting on stories, introducing to my daughters, sneaking over a boy while I'm out of town.
Not even the same. Not even the same. Yeah, I hope that Giselle eventually hands her ass for that one because that was wrong. But basically, ending the episode is the whole Mia scene and Gordon, which was the craziest part to me.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
so Mia talks in front of the kids and just casually mentions, like, so how do you feel about me and daddy getting divorced? And Jeremiah was like, divorce? Like, you guys are what? And she's like, I thought I told you that. He was like, no, I didn't know. So I'm so confused. I mean, I don't think kids at that age really comprehend what a divorce means.
Jeremiah might, but the little girl definitely doesn't.
Yeah. I just thought that this was so wrong that if this really was his first time learning about this, understanding it, comprehending it, that she did it to him on
On
camera.
camera.
It was so sick because they're
It
just
was
so
horrible to
innocent.
watch. Yeah. You literally see her whisper, the daughter whisper to G and be like, I don't want mommy to marry
Yeah.
Mr. Ink.
That
That's
was
when
the
I
part
was
that
like,
really scared me because
like
she seemed scared.
yeah. Yeah, she's scared. And I remember
Yes.
being that age and you just don't know anything. And like everything, it seems like the end of the world if your mom and dad aren't going to be together. And like your parents are
Mhm.
your everything at that age. So I
Your
can't imagine.
foundation.
Yeah, I can't imagine being like, I don't know, she has like 6, 7, 8 years old, like having to process this and then going to her dad. And now she's gonna grow up regretting that she even said that on camera. But it's like a little kid. She doesn't think like, oh, I'm gonna be watching this for the rest of my
Hmm.
life. Like she's genuinely having a real reaction going to her dad saying, like, I don't I don't
Yeah.
want this to
And you could
happen.
tell she was trying to like one, you could tell Gordon was her safe space because she
Yeah.
like ran into him and was whispering. Like she didn't want the cameras to
Yeah.
hear. She didn't want Mia, Jeremiah. Like the cameras only put subtitles because
Yeah.
they could barely pick up what she said. And you just, see her. She like whispered it like 2 or 3 times, like, what if Mr. Ink actually marries mommy? What if Mr. Ink actually marries mommy? And then she just straight up said it out loud, like, I don't want you guys to get married.
Yeah.
I just feel so bad for her. Like what it was just her little face running into her dad's arms and whispering
Yeah.
to him. It just really broke my heart because you could tell like just she's just fearful like her little world is
Yeah.
about to come apart and Mia's just smiling, baking cookies, talking about divorce in front of the cameras like it's no big deal. It just
Oh my gosh.
I've said it so many times, but Mia is just so shameless and it's like crazy fascinating to watch, but then I also see the little kids and it really breaks my
The
heart for them. Like I almost
kids,
want to cry because they're just so cute and innocent and
no,
they just like don't
innocent.
understand why they're getting divorced. Why is this happening?
Now this random man is around and like kids know, especially Jeremiah, like that's not just your friend. Like daddy moved
Mhm.
out and now you're best friends with this man all the time.
And he's always coming over. They just don't have a good situation for those kids. I think that she thinks that
Mm.
they do because, oh, like Gordon lives right upstairs. She was trying to tell the kids, like, what's the difference? Daddy lives upstairs now. You know, you still see him all the time, but it's obviously different. Their whole routine is different. They moved houses. She needs to have it where I don't think they have like a set schedule because it seems like Gordon just comes whenever. But I think they need to have a set schedule at this point. People can't be showing up to other people's houses whenever. And whenever the kids are with Gordon, that's the only time that Ink should be around Mia. Like Ink should
Oh
not be
yeah,
around
the
the
kids at
kids this
all.
much. And like Kiana said, like you guys should not be a unit. You haven't even divorced yet, and you're already. I mean, that's what happens, I guess, when you cheat. But it's like you're already
Yeah.
with this man and like introducing him to your kids' lives, and you guys haven't even moved out the apartment. That you, it's just too
It's
much.
it's horrible. And then it's her daughter being like, "How did you guys meet?"
Oh my God, that was
And he was
killing
like,
me.
"Charlotte." And she's like, "Yeah, but where?" And it's like y'all could have just said the club, something. I'm sure they probably were
I
caught off
think they
guard
said like
because
we met at the club, but it's like, oh my
yeah,
God,
like
like
oh my, like she's catching on. Like this little girl,
mm.
she's gonna grow up really, really fast.
Because those are the types of kids who I feel like Mia and maybe not Gordon, because I don't know Gordon enough, but I feel like Mia is kind of dismissing them. I feel like she almost doesn't realize. And those are the types of kids who are going to grow up and be like the crazy observers. Like that girl is going to observe everything. She's going to have
Yes.
so much emotional intelligence and just like be able to clock everything because she realizes, even at this little age right now, she might not be able to articulate it, but she realizes like this is not right. Like, why is
Yeah.
I don't, now that she said that, I mean, I know little kids obviously don't want their parent to be with somebody else besides the dad, but I'm looking at Ink funny now.
Yeah, I'm looking at you weird too because there's no way you're a good man or gonna be a
Mhm.
good potential father to Jeremiah and you're just like inserting yourself because the girl said like no one said anything about marrying Ink.
Mhm.
And the little girl was like, I don't want mommy to marry Mr. Ink because she started talking about divorce. So I'm sure
Mhm.
it clicked in her little brain like, wait a minute, y'all are splitting up and now all of a sudden I have like this new
Yeah.
man is around, like mommy's gonna marry Mr. Ink, and Gordon just has to say, like, well, that's mommy's choice.
Yeah. It's tough.
Oh my
And
gosh.
also
Like, how are you
something
making
big.
me choose Gordon's side? And like, I don't know. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, what he said about being like an adult, like that was horrible and like the abortion and stuff. But when it comes to the kids, it's the
Mhm.
kids. Like,
It's
there
the
is just
kids.
a certain way you have to talk about things and it's definitely not on camera because
Yes.
Giselle is right. You are not doing everything to protect your children because if
Yep.
you were, this conversation would not be filmed. This would not
Yep.
even be a storyline. This would be something that we find out after the fact. This would be
Yes.
like, oh
And
yeah, by
also,
the way.
we forgot to mention that when Mia and Kiarna were talking, Kiarna brought up to Mia, like, hey, by the way, like, who is Jeremiah's dad? Because people are saying things and I'm not trying to have the wrong information or say something wrong. Like, I want to hear it from you. And can't even tell her. She can't even tell her the answer. She's like, yeah, I don't know. We're going to get a test.
She
So
says, I think Gordon is Jeremiah's dad, but G doesn't want to test, Ink does.
And then on that reunion, she mentioned how she had done IVF. So she's like, there's no way that it could be Jeremiah's. But then also she's saying that I mean, not Jeremiah's, Ink's. But then also she was saying that her and Ink did sleep together like shortly after the IVF or before the IVF. I'm not sure.
Just get a test
And don't bring it up.
and don't
It should
talk
have
about
been
it. Yeah.
done months ago because it
Yeah.
should have been done at that reunion when they were first bringing it up. If she was serious about it, she
Yes.
should have got it done then when the cameras had stopped rolling after the reunion. She has a few months to prep before they film again. Get the fucking paternity test, figure out your situation with your kids, and then move on. The fact that she waited until filming started again and she's like, yeah, I still don't know. We need a test. You're doing this for a storyline now.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, I can't get down with this.
And what does she say about Gordon? Like he wakes up manic and stuff, but I'm like, I almost like kind of don't
Don't care.
believe you or really care
Yeah.
if he's driving you through hell. Like maybe like he needs help. You're going to have to help him. You are
Mm-hmm.
his ex-wife. Like it doesn't matter. And that goes with any relationship. And Giselle, I think Giselle does it perfectly. She says, no matter what he did to me or how we feel about each other, he is the father of my children. And if
Mm-hmm.
I want my kids to be okay, we need to have an okay relationship. And
Yep.
so like if you need help in rehab or getting medication, going to the doctor, I don't care if we're not on good terms. I'm gonna take you because I love our children.
And she's so focused on herself that, oh yeah,
Yes.
Gordon's in mania and he's going to, whatever, going off on me. Okay, well, what if that happens to the kids? Like maybe you should want to help out so he doesn't have to, so, he doesn't bring that energy to the kids. It's not all about how he's treating you. And also, I
Yeah.
just feel like it's a bit unfair. I'm sure people who are diagnosed with bipolar disorder are watching this being like, Mia, it's not all like that. Like, you can't just blame anytime he's in a bad mood on, oh, he's in mania. It's like, maybe he actually just doesn't like you right now because you cheated on him. you
Yeah.
know? Like, it's
Yeah,
not
'cause
always just because he's bipolar. Like, actually, you're a bitch and you terrorized him.
yeah, I was
So,
gonna say like maybe he has triggers and his triggers is fucking ink and you just keep on bringing ink's ass around. Like I don't know,
yeah.
like if I found out like if anyone who actually gave a fuck found out that hey, like my husband that I'm going through a divorce with is going through this horrible he has a mental disorder. It gets triggered by these things. Now, is it going to happen anyway and is there anything to do with it? Like can I do anything about it? No, but am I going to do my best to try to diffuse the situation? Because the thing was with bipolar disorder, it's not like you wake up one way, go to bed one way. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a build up, like you like enter
Yes.
mania, you hit a peak and then you come crashing down. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's like highs and lows, but it's not like
It's
Jekyll
not
and
a few
Hyde.
hours. Yes. She's
Yeah, it's
acting
like
like he's psychotic, and it's not like that.
yeah, it's like days, weeks. Like people go on benders
Mhm.
for months when they're in mania. And then
Yes.
they like come crashing, burning down. And it's like that kind of up and down. It's like
And that's
that
why I feel like
extreme.
she's bullshitting us. Like she's just
Yeah.
using it as an excuse to, make him the villain in this situation.
Yeah.
Not that he's perfect either, because he obviously left his wife for a stripper and now she's doing
Yeah.
stripper things. But
Yeah.
I do feel for him in a way because Mia just is doing the most.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll have to see how that goes next episode, what continues. Do you want to get into Beverly Hills? Because this was a good episode too.
The real rich bitches. I was telling
Yes.
Bree, like, because I watched the episodes pretty much back to back. And I was like, the difference in wealth and the things that they do in Potomac versus Beverly Hills is just so insane.
It's really different. It's crazy.
Like the trips they go on, like they went to Lake Norman, North Carolina.
And
These
just stayed in the house the entire time.
literally. And went on. Look, this is when I really noticed it. On Potomac, they went on that boat and it literally was just like a little boat ride, like on a
Hmm.
lake. Oceanside, California. They went on a yacht. The yacht had Hermes pillows and they were like, is this a gift? Like, I don't know.
They
Like,
had chefs
yeah, they had chefs. That's what sent me over. I was like, oh my gosh, like they have chefs with lobster and
grilling lobster.
yeah. Meanwhile, on Potomac,
I know, it's crazy. It's like, oh, guys, you got to get your money up. I can't keep watching. But I've also, like, Beverly Hills is really just the richest bitches. Like, it's hard to compare.
yeah, it is. It is.
So, yeah, we start off the episode. They're at dinner and the girlies are fighting. Kyle
The
and Dorit
girls
are
are
coming at each
fighting.
other. Dorit is telling Kyle basically that Kyle picks when they're going to be friends, and she punishes her if Dorit makes the dumbest little joke, and she won't talk to her, ices her out for months. And she feels like Kyle can make dumb jokes and comments, but anytime Dorit does, Kyle can't handle it. And they did show some flashbacks of moments when Dorit would say something shady, and then she was like, and then Kyle didn't talk to me for 6 months, but then Kyle would say something shady, and they're still friends. So I do kind of see where Dorit was coming from there. It's like not fair that you get to pick and choose when the friendship is over and done with, but then you get to do the same exact thing to me. And Dorit points out that Kyle doesn't treat Erica the same way. And Erica makes little comments like that too, and makes comments on Watch What Happens Live, and nothing happens with their friendship. But Kyle did say that Erica apologized after she made that comment on Watch What Happens Live, and Dorit never did. So that's the difference. So I don't know. These girlies,
Also, them bringing up stuff from 5 years ago, it's like, oh,
yeah,
this has been,
it's
yeah.
been bubbling under the surface for a while, and it's finally all coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then like Sutton gets into it, and she mentions how Kyle does have a tendency to punish you and ice you out because she's done it to her. And Kyle admits it and says, yes, I know I do this and I need to work on it. So I'm glad there was like some accountability, a minuscule
Yeah.
of it. And then I thought it was funny how Bazoma was talking, and she was like basically realizing how these girls at face level, like face value, are totally different than when they actually, when you get to know them. Because when she probably first met these girls, people were like, oh my God, they're so rich and fabulous and blah, blah, blah. And now she's at vacation with them, and they're yelling and getting into like bringing up text receipts from 5 years ago and shit. She's probably like, what the hell?
No, what have I gotten myself into? I love people. Like it's giving Stacy. Like she doesn't
Yes.
know what the fuck she signed up for.
That would be me. Just I just can't wait to just sit back. She was like drinking her champagne, just watching the messiness. Love. But then also Garcelle gets involved and takes Kyle's side and mentions that she doesn't believe that Dorit really apologizes. And then after that, Dorit was just done. She's like, you know what? I'm going up to my room. Like, we're done here.
Yeah,
um,
because
she she's clearly feeling overly sensitive right now and is trying to have this issue with Kyle. And I think Garcelle coming in when she already knows Garcelle doesn't like her was just enough for it to be like, okay, now this feels like you're picking on me. But at the same time, I mean, Sutton stood up for Dorit, so I feel like it was even. It was like 2v2.
yeah. And I've been
um,
seeing stuff about because everyone's like, why does Garcelle have such a hard on for Dorit? Which she does.
she does.
But they brought up the kid thing when Erica told the kids to shut the fuck up, and Dorit was like,
That
"What's the
was
issue?"
horrible.
Yeah, I think that was. But then Garcelle and Erica get along now, but I think it is because Erica apologized. I don't know. Because the whole Teddy thing, like, oh, why did you post a story? And then they literally flash back, and that Dorit's
Said
actually
exactly what she
said
said.
exactly what she said. She was like, I would consider us friends, but we are not close friends. We're not BFFs. And then all the
Mhm.
girls are at the table talking about like, oh, that's I don't remember it like that. But then the flashbacks, I'm like, no, that's exactly what she
Exactly what she
said.
said. No, that really that kind of pissed me off too, because
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Garcelle doesn't have reason to not like Dorit,
Mhm.
because they have had a lot of incidences that are super annoying, and I totally get that. But and I didn't even care when she, kind of defended Kyle and was like, "No, Dorit, you don't apologize." But the one that got me was the Teddy story, bringing up like, so Dorit, I have a question for you, like trying to get like a gotcha moment, like, so you said that you're not friends with Teddy, then why did you repost her story? Dorit's like, well, she tagged me in it. And I didn't say that we're not friends. I just said that, or what did she say? Like, yeah, we are friends, but we're just not close.
She said, well, yeah,
And they
that's
were trying to
exactly what she
say,
said.
no, that's not what you said. Flashback shows exactly that's what she said. So, yeah, that was the one part that did kind of frustrate me, because, like I said, it's not like Garcelle doesn't have reason to not like her, but that
That,
incident specifically was like, girl, that's like such a who cares? Who cares about Teddy?
yeah. No, literally.
I don't care. Bring up another reason to not like Dorit. Not this. That's stupid.
Yeah, that is so dumb. It's so petty. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you told us you didn't like her and you reposted her story. Yeah, because I'm in the fucking video. It's not like I like went out of my way and like picked some random post to post her. No, she
Yeah.
tagged me and she said, like I normally do, I reposted it.
They were just trying to, I feel like they thought this was going to be a Dorit takedown season, and they're all coming for her or something. And Dorit is not letting it happen. Like, she's fighting back.
No, my girl was fighting in every scene of the season.
Yes.
Like, I never thought in a million years I'd be like honestly living for Dorit, but like
Same.
I'm living for Miss Kemsley because you bitches are annoying. Like, get off of her. She's going through the hardest time of her life. Like she said, she was like, I don't give a fuck about anything else. I'm going through a really difficult time. And if I'm taking out the trash, if there's more trash, y'all can go along with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just feel like the psychology and the sociology of these shows is just so interesting, just seeing how people interact and things like that. Because so yeah, Dorit and Kyle both ended up apologizing to each other at the dinner, but then Kyle says, I don't feel like your apology was genuine, like 100% genuine. It's like, oh my God, you guys, like,
Yeah.
what more do you want? And this is where I was like, I feel like it's like the psychology of it because obviously they were just yelling at each other. Maybe it's just me, but I can't go from yelling in my face to the next minute being like, a super, super heartfelt apology. Like the fact that she even apologized, just take that as a win and move on. And then you guys have a better conversation tomorrow,
Yeah.
one on one. Don't be like, oh, it wasn't genuine enough. Like you guys are just yelling at each other. Be grateful that you even got a fucking apology.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
And then
not
we
going to
could,
be 100%
yeah.
genuine. It's probably like 70%. Let her
Yeah.
cool off, sleep on it, and then tomorrow you could talk again. But it's like these women want perfection out of her when she's like going through the worst time. It's kind of annoying.
And the irony of it is that PK and Mo are BFFs right now.
I know that kind of makes me sick when they say it that way, that they're the closest they've ever been and the girls are the farthest apart they've ever been. They got to get it together.
Yeah, because that is a damn shame,
Yeah,
ladies.
it's a shame. So then on the boat the next day, Dorit and Kyle chat again, and it seemed more open-hearted, more cool-headed. And Dorit says, I was obviously very hurt, but it's not like I hate you. I love you. I was just upset. And Kyle says, I appreciate that. It's like, girl, say I love you back.
Kyle, she stresses.
But I mean, it seems like things were a little bit better, like in a better space, but it's still towards the end of the episode, you could tell it's not good again. Um, Sutton and Dorit have a heart to heart, which was cute because we don't really see them get along. And Sutton was like, I've been through the same thing you're going through, and I want to make sure
Mhm.
I'm there for you. And you could tell Dorit really appreciated it because she said that right now feels like the loneliest she's ever been, which I could totally relate, or not relate, but I could totally see how this would be the loneliest she's ever been
Mhm.
right now. So I'm sure it was nice for her to have that. And then Kyle and Garcelle have their heart to heart and talk about how, it's been hard for them. And Garcelle's like, it's hard for me to find myself right now. So it was just cute to see the girlies confiding in one another. Then Kyle kind of drops a bomb to Garcelle and says that, yeah, PK's been reaching out to me. I
About
hope
what?
you're not responding because I don't care if you guys are in a good place and you and Dorit are not. That would set me off.
That would set me the fuck off. Because what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah, there's no reason. Girl code. Just, I mean, I don't
Because
know.
don't make me call Maurice.
Please don't make me call Mo because you know how he be looking at Dorit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she could take your man in a second, so don't try it.
And actually want him.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, but that part I wanted to bring up specifically about them having the heart to heart because this is where I feel like things like the psychology behind it of like why I feel like I understand Dorit because then when they were in the limo and Sutton brings up about the night before and the I don't know like Erica and Kyle were whispering to each other and trying to almost like get Dorit again like you didn't say it exactly like that when they show the flashback and that's exactly what she said and Dorit starts yelling and raising her voice and getting angry and at first I was like girl come on like you're losing all your credibility raising your voice like
Mhm.
that because you and Sutton were good but then I remembered Dorit is probably so fucking angry because they just had that heart to heart where Sutton's like, I'm going to be there for you. I understand things are lonely. And then literally the next fucking switch, Sutton is bringing up drama to like kind of get Dorit in a moment. So I would probably be just as angry with Dorit because it's like, what? No, like you just said you were going to be on my side. And now you're trying to
Yeah.
catch me in some bullshit, petty ass comment that like you guys are in the wrong. I can't wait for
Yeah.
them to watch that and be like, Oh, she actually did say that.
Yeah, same. Because they were all like, yeah, I don't remember it like that. Well, that's too damn bad. Yes, Dorit does talk a lot, but she said it's like she verbatim said, we are friends. We are not that close.
And that's normal. You can have friends that you're just not super, super close with, but they're still your friend. I don't, yeah, again, like I just feel like they were trying to take down Dorit this season with, stupidness, and it's just kind of not
It's not
working.
working.
She's fighting back. She has nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah.
So Sutton brings up how in the limo, how Erica and Kyle were whispering about Dorit because they were whispering at the table, like, I don't think that's how it was said. And Garcelle says, I put this in quotes because I was like, why is there a problem? What is the issue? Garcelle says, it's not about Teddy. It's about being able to call each other out, work through it, and move on. Is that not what they did until Sutton brought it up again?
Yeah.
They talked about it, they whatever, they moved on, and then it was the next day and Sutton's bringing it up again. So it's like if anything, Garcelle, call out Sutton, not
Yeah.
Dorit. I just
For and call out like I don't understand why Dorit's getting called out when everyone else was doing all the whispering.
yeah, I just feel like they're trying so hard to get
It
her,
feels like a
and
pylon.
yes, it does. And I'm always going to root for the underdog. Like
Yeah.
I can't, and then also it's like not even, Dorit's not my favorite person because she has annoyed me in a lot of other seasons, but just going season to season specifically, like I do see why she's annoyed at all these girls this season, and
Yeah.
Erica's being a fucking flip-flopper,
Yeah.
going to Kyle and talking shit, but then going to Dorit and being like, I'm there for you. So yeah, I don't know. I did kind of feel for her this episode. Surprisingly, it's like, what is happening to me?
I know. I
But
did like
yeah.
this episode as far as like because it's just like, okay, can we move on? Like, can we leave Dorit alone? Can we laugh? Can we do something other than
Hmm.
like, can we actually be entertaining, be funny? Meanwhile, Kathy's over here smelling the fucking candles and telling the
She's
chef,
unwell.
like, telling the chef how to cook. Like, she took one little season off. She had to. I wonder what's going on with the Hiltons because they've been like really media present lately.
Yeah, it's like they don't really mind being in it, whereas like they were so hidden before.
Yeah, now like Kathy's on Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's
Paris has her
interesting.
new show.
Kathy brushing her teeth with an eyeshadow brush. That's when I was like, this woman is unwell.
No, she's
You're
like,
actually not okay in the head.
yeah.
And I honestly like I see why Kyle gets annoyed with her
No,
because
disassociative queen. I watched a TikTok about like the Richards sisters and how like they're basically the original Kardashians. Like Big Kathy, like their
yes.
mom really fucked them over because
Yeah.
Big Kathy, she just basically taught them how to find a rich man and like how to keep them. And they all like deal with it in different ways. Big
Hmm.
Kathy is the oldest, so she completely disassociates. And it's clear. We literally watch her like there's arguments. Kathy's smelling the candles. She's like doing
Like
anything but
you don't know
being
where her mind is.
no, her she's not with us. Like she's here, but she's not.
She's not on this planet when they
Then
fight.
yeah, then you have Kim who is like struggling with addiction and substance abuse. And
Hmm.
then Kyle can never take anything on the head. Like she talks like
Always the victim.
yeah, always the victim. She's talking like around. Like you can ask her a yes or no question and won't get yes or no. Like,
It's
or
always like, yes, always run around. Like she can never be direct.
yeah, like yes, I was with Morgan. Yes, me and Mo are getting divorced. No, I don't like Dorit. If you
Hmm.
just said all of these things, half of this drama wouldn't exist. But she just
Yeah.
can't be like honest with herself or
I
anybody
think that's
else.
why, and yeah, and it's frustrating because Kyle's always the one saying, you have to be open and honest to everybody else, but then she
Yeah.
doesn't do it. And I think that's why people are siding more with Dorit right now because I don't think anybody was a Dorit stan. And it's like
No.
everybody is on her side because yes, Dorit was putting up a facade about her and PK for the longest time, but it's like if you're in a relationship, you're probably going to do that. You're not going to,
Yeah.
you know. But now she is being honest and she's being actually very raw, very real. That scene with her and PK when they were talking about like we say nasty things to each other, like they were not holding back. I've never seen a conversation like that with Kyle and Mo ever.
Yeah.
They always have on a facade. Mo looks like he's high all the time. He never wants to have a real conversation. There's like no
Yeah.
emotional depth.
Yeah.
And Kyle as well is doing things and never get like all last season with Morgan, but then didn't want to talk about it. Those are things that, sorry, we're going to ask about.
Of
Dorit's
course we're
not
gonna
out
ask
here
about
with
it.
another man already. If she was, then yeah, like you guys could definitely question her and push her and, you know, want to know what's going on. But her reposting Teddy's story is what we're arguing about right now. I think what I realize is it's like obviously really hard to talk about the Garcelle stuff because I honestly do believe she faced a lot of microaggressions and racism on the show. And there
Yes.
was a lot of racist fans. And because of that, like I really want to protect her. And it's like I don't want to say certain things and be looped in with those people and have any kind of race hate train on her. But I also think we have to acknowledge the fact that as Housewife fans were always saying how we hate when the storylines get dragged on for so long. No matter who it is, we're always saying this. Like people were
Yes.
always saying about Beverly Hills how the drama is always dragging, talking about Lucy apple juice for 3 seasons. So, and you know, we need to move on. Or Jersey, the Melissa Teresa drama, people always saying we need to move on. We got to move on from this. So why is it not the same for Garcelle and Dorit?
Yeah.
I
Because
just
my
want
thing
them to
is
move
you're not gonna
on.
lead the show. Because if you really wanted to stand on business and be like, I'm not gonna tolerate this, you would just like I would just leave.
Or just not fuck with her and just like literally
Yeah, and
don't
just
even pay
leave
attention to
it.
her. Just
Yeah.
like give her dirt. Don't pay attention to her. Always like the nitpicking makes it seems like
Yes.
you're still obsessed with it and I think it's coming across wrong. Like I said, I understand why she doesn't like Dorit, but it's just coming across in a nitpicky way now.
No, that's perfectly said. Because it'd be one thing if she paid her dust, like whatever, Dorit, but you being like, so Dorit, I have a question. Come on, Garcelle. Like you're gonna have to give us a little bit more than that.
Yeah, I know. It's just a little bit frustrating. It's like, girl, I I want better. I want
Like
better for these.
we're rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. And then have you been seeing the TikToks of people being like, I don't like Garcelle in Beverly Hills. She should be on Potomac or Atlanta.
See, that's what I don't want to get looped into.
Yeah, exactly. Because are you serious? Just say I don't
Just say
want
you
a
don't you
black.
want all the blacks on one show. Like that's
Yeah,
what you guys wanted to
literally.
say.
Because that doesn't even make any fucking sense. Because someone was like, why shouldn't Erica be on Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's where she's from.
Mm-hmm. You would never say that about Erica. Why does Garcelle have to be on there?
Yeah, she doesn't even fit with Atlanta girl. Like, I cannot imagine Garcelle and Portia having a
No.
conversation.
Garcelle is Beverly Hills.
Yes, she is.
I just I just need her to find another feud. You could still not like Dorit. I'm not going to take that away from her, especially because the incidents were racism kind of issues. So, like, I'm not saying as a black woman she can't like her or,
Yeah.
you know, she has to like her. But we got to find a new feud, girl.
Yeah, find a new pick a
A new
new
angle.
yeah, something because it's literally not working and you're looking silly and it's taking away from the fact that those girls actually do that to you, which was wrong.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I think it's like we said, it just at the end of the day, it comes down to us watchers of the show, we just want storylines to move along. And it's just feeling like it's always getting like every time you, because then you see them out and not on the show, Garcelle and Dorit. And I would have thought they were fine. Like I remember there was this time they were, I think it was like in Italy and they were like shopping with Andy. Like Andy Cohen was there and they all went shopping together in Italy. So it's like you think they're fine. And then they get on the show and Garcelle's like, by the way, Dorit, bitch, like, why'd you do this?
yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, can we move on, please?
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But then the preview for next season, next episode Camille is there, and it looks like they're having like some little rodeo cowboy party. And Camille was talking to Dorit saying how I've always thought that you were condescending to me. And then Dorit says back, well, you've always been a cunt to me.
8. I'm sorry. You've always been a cunt.
No, like she ate that. Sorry.
Like, no, Dorit is fighting this season. She's literally fought with everybody,
And
and we're on
yeah, I kind
episode
of love it.
4.
I like that's what I want to see in a reality star. Like
Yeah,
I need
clock
you to
in.
yes, she's clocking in. She's bringing back like that first Dorit wonder where she just said whatever the fuck she wanted. We needed that, especially in Beverly Hills. I think people are resonating with it so well, specifically because not like Dorit is the best person, but Beverly Hills has lacked this for so long, like this
Mhm.
fire, this energy, and we're finally getting it from someone. So it's like, all right, whatever. It's Dorit, we'll take it.
Yeah, hey. I'm interested to see more of Boz and
Yeah,
like
she's cool.
her story. I kind of am living for her and Dorit for some reason.
They're an interesting duo.
I know, but like
It's kind of funny. But it
I
feels
could see it.
real. Like
Yeah,
for
I
some
could
reason, Kyle and Garcelle and the Sutton and Dorit didn't feel real to me, like either of
no,
them.
it's not.
But you know who does feel real to me? Like I could actually see them being friends is Garcelle and Erica. Like I'm kind of glad they're getting over it
Yes.
because like you could just see in certain people like they make sense as friends.
Yeah, because Erica has like a little, and maybe it's the ATL in her. Like,
Maybe.
I don't know. But she's got a little, she has culture and not even just like Black culture. Like, she's like genuinely cultured. Like, remember
Yes.
that's once she was talking about
She
like,
knows about everything.
yeah, just this random, like, yeah, like I would get along with Erica. She's one of the girl, like, she's a girl, you
Yeah.
know? Like
Yeah.
she's
No,
into
I
the
get it.
looks, the theatrics. She is an actrice, and so is Garcelle. So,
They're
yeah,
perfect together.
I like that's a
I like
duo.
that duo. I want them to be a duo.
Me too, Garcelle and Erica. I'm kind of living for it. I
Yeah.
would love to hang out with Erica, probably more than any of them on the other cast, on this
Yeah, I was
cast.
thinking about all the girls on the cast, and Erica would definitely be the one that I would hang out with. Because like she would actually go to the club with us. She would have some espresso martinis. We would
Yeah,
dance. She would take
dance.
us to a fun gay club. Like we would have
Yeah.
fun.
No, Erica is fun, and I'm so glad she's fun again because
Yeah,
it
because
got
she
a
was
little scary.
I didn't like that bitter side of her.
My girl was stressed. Like my
But
girl
also the
was
difference in Erica and Dorit because it's both like post separation divorce angriness. Why are we resonating with Dorit and not Erica?
because Erica was like vicious.
Yeah.
And she was also going through like she was being accused of like
You're right. Yeah, that's why.
crimes.
Not me being dumb. I'm like, why didn't we like Erica? Oh yeah, because she
Oh yeah,
fucking
because people
stole.
died. But like same
Sorry,
thing
I
with
had a dumb moment.
PK, like also like his money's a little funny too.
Mm-hmm. A little fraudulent.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see what happens next episode. This was a good one for both of the franchises, and things are like good. I'm like, damn, do I need to watch Salt Lake City? But it's
I
like, it's
think we do,
literally,
bro.
I know we need to. It's like a full-time job catching up with all these housewives, though. It's hard.
Maybe maybe we'll cover the reunion.
Okay, we got to clock in. Like, I'm about to clock in right now and start watching while
Yeah,
I
we need
work.
to set. Let me look. Fuck, where's my phone? We need to figure out when the Salt Lake City reunion is so we can talk about it with you girls. Because I've been seeing these clips and I am living for it.
Especially for my Greek goddess.
No, a Greek goddess. You hear me? She said, you have a high body count hair, a high body count dress, high body count hair. That is
That is
like,
the funniest fucking comeback I've like, and just so witty. And you could tell it was just like she wasn't thinking about it,
yeah.
rehearsing in the mirror. She's like, that's high body count hair. That literally was like, I have to tune into Salt Lake City right now.
Yeah,
That
that was
and
my
then
moment.
Lisa afterwards whispering to her, like, don't let it bother you, but you do need some Kerastase dermatitis. That I was like, I'm sold. I'm officially sold. Like
Yeah.
the Monica didn't do it for me. The Jen Shaw didn't do it for me. But that scene right there, high body
Yeah.
count hair, Kerastase dermatitis did it for me.
That and Mary and her son, that is real. Like, I feel like we're at, like,
Raw,
that's real
vulnerable.
TV. Like, that
Hmm.
is reality. And I'm so glad these girls have a grip now. So when Jin Shaw does get back, because I saw that her sentencing got reduced, like
Yeah.
so she's getting free in 2027, which isn't that far away. I want them to be like, I know when you left, everyone was scared of you, Heather, and Heather's getting on my fucking nerves, and everyone was kissing your ass. But guess what? There are some new snowflakes around,
And we're not putting up with that shit.
and we're not, and you need to answer for your
Mm-hmm.
crimes, literally.
I just looked and the reunion is in the first one is January 9th. So we have time.
Oh,
We
we
can
have
catch
literally
up.
a month.
All
Okay.
right, girlies, we're gonna catch up. You're gonna have to hold us accountable.
Yeah, no, I'm tuning in. I'm tuned in. They
We're
sold
logging off and tuning into Salt Lake
no,
City right
literally
after.
as soon as I shut this laptop, I'm turning on Salt Lake City.
I am tuning in next or last season because I want to see what happened with Monica because I obviously saw clips online and the reality
Yeah.
tease, but I need to see it play out the whole way through.
I watched like a few. I probably watched the first half of Salt Lake City last season, and I don't know. I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, I did watch the first season of Salt Lake, and I think it was like the first two seasons. And I was like, but then it did get really good. Like now it's good. They finally hit their stride, so
Yeah.
I'm getting into it.
I'm crying, high body count hair. Ah, Angie. And like she's like thirsty, but she's the right amount of thirsty. She's not like Angie H thirsty
Yeah.
or those random ass girls they had on the show last season thirsty. Like cause she's funny. Like high body count hair. And then I saw a clip of her and someone was like, "So what does high body count hair mean?" And she was like, "So like," and she's a hairstylist. She owns hair salons, so she knows what she's talking about. And she was like, "See how my hair moves? You want your hair to move with you." Like she's just like fluffing her hair. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's right. That is like, she was like, this is sexy. Like when you have so much hairspray and it's shellacked, like Britney's, that's high body count hair.
Yes.
It's like,
I'm
oh
dead. She's just funny. And I feel like you have to have a certain level of thirstiness to be a
yeah.
housewife. Every single one of them has a certain level of thirst to be on there and one thirst. We have a certain level of thirst for doing a podcast. Like
Yeah.
you literally have to.
Hey.
If you put yourself out there, you have to have a certain level of it, but there's a right amount. And when it's
Yeah.
too much, and I feel like Angie has gotten the hang of it, a good
Yeah.
balance.
First seat, baby.
So we will definitely tune into that and we'll have to chat with you guys about that because you guys are probably listening like, why are we not talking about Salt Lake?
I know. We missed the bandwagon, but we'll be locked in for the reunion. It'll
Yes,
get yeah.
squirrels. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you've made it to this point, follow us on our socials, TikTok, Instagram, and leave us a rating and review. It would mean so much to us and we would really appreciate it.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Love you guys.
Bye.